Getting Over is a game I've been addicted to for just a little while now. Despite its raging difficulty and mediocre controls, I found it to be exceptionally enjoyable. I decided to center my project around the game because of its unique use of 3D objects despite the game only functioning in 2 dimensions. The first thing that stands out to me is the hammer in the title menu. I chose this along with 19 other objects in the game to model. Starting with the hammer, I CAD'd everything using screenshots from in the game as reference images so that I could make measurements and do fine adjustments to make sure everything is shaped properly. Unfortunately, the only scale I can give to objects was relative to each other because the game has no universal scale. Going through the game, we'll see a few things I CAD'd, such as the pot and the tree, the paddle, the shack, the cup, the trash can, and one of my favorites, the tub. I like this one because of how well the blending curves tool was able to make it look more accurate than some of the other drawings. Moving on, we see a few more things such as the barrels, then the doghouse and the wheelbarrow, the security camera, the shelf, and the hardest one of them all, the orange. I'm honestly surprised this one made it on the list because between shaping the leaf part and trying to make a circle, I thought I wasn't going to get done and I would have to scrap it. It's honestly a miracle that this is even here. So if we continue on, we'll get to the statue, which is another one of my favorites. It was really useful to help learn the spline and blending curve tool, which ended up helping me a lot when it came to a later object. But this next one is the less exciting chimney, followed by the later object is the anvil, which is my favorite. Of all the drawings, this one was the most satisfying to create. I think that this one stands out as the most accurate out of all of them, even though it's definitely not perfect. As we approach the end of our list, we find ourselves with only 3 object left. The first of which is the pillar that was completely symmetrical, so I just mirrored it twice. And then the bucket, which was easier to CAD than it was to play. The last object is one that people don't actually usually see because it's an Easter egg that's pretty hard to get to. There wasn't much to this last one, but he's still pretty cool. So anyways, that's what I did for my project this quarter. It was fun to see the game assets come to life in AutoCAD. And that's about it.